Alright guys, we got this John Deere D130 riding lawnmower today. I was told that it will not go forwards or backwards, and it does start. So I did turn it on and I checked it out. I did verify that pushing this hydrostatic pedal down here does not do anything on the forward or the reverse. I checked all the linkage out going all the way back to the hydrostatic transmission back there. I made sure that the keyed pin on this rear drive axle was still good and going. Even if you put your foot on that pedal with that thing going, it does not spin that rear drive axle. So I did a little Googling, I did a little investigating, and what I found is the transmission belt has fallen off, and it's way up in there. So we are going to take off this mower deck, and we are going to change the transmission belt on this hydrostatic here and see what happens. Alright, to get this mower deck off, we are going to have to take off the belt. The belt is still good. We're also going to have to take off these arms right here. We got those pins up top. We got to pull those cotter pins. We'll be able to drop those two arms on both sides, get that belt off. And we got another pin right down there on that arm going to that front frame. So we can get all those undone and see if we can't pull this deck right out of here. Alright guys, we have got that mower deck off. Nothing under there anymore. It came off pretty easy. All those pins made everything slide right off nice and good. So now I have got to find the best way to gain access to the underside. I saw somebody online had tipped this thing right up onto the back wheel, so we're going to give that a try. Alright, I got it up. It was a little sketchy, but we got it locked off some of those rocks down there on the tires. So now we'll see how we get this belt off. And you can see this down here, this is where it's fallen off. It's got some good little chunks taken out. If a belt fell off, there's usually a reason. It's either stretched out or something, so we're going to put a new one on. Alright guys, we're back another day. I tried to get this pulley off yesterday, and it was not coming with the hand tools I had, so I've got the impact today. But I've got to get this pulley off. I've got to get this little gear nut off, and I've got to get these two pulleys off, and I got to get this belt holder rod that's right down there. We did start turning that, so we know that's good. And I need to get all those silly things off just to get this belt changed out. So I'm going to start working on this top pulley with my impact and see what happens. Alright guys, so I was not able to get this front pulley off, but I was able to bend these belt guards out of the way enough to get the belt off. I'll try and bend them back a little bit before. But I got this gear nut off right there for the transmission, which actually goes up to the steering wheel. And then I've got these two pulley nuts off right there. I got the old belt still on, and I had this little belt rod. I got that unscrewed too. So I am ready to take this old junk one off and thread that new one through there. And I'll update you guys here in a minute. Alright guys, I got it. That was a little bigger project than I really wanted on this day, but here we are. So hey, that's just some dirt right there from me banging stuff. Put that belt on there. Goes down. I had to go take that nut off, which went up to the steering column there. We got that back on there. Take these pulleys off, got those back on there. And then I had to fandangle this belt around this whole fan thing to get it back into that groove on that pulley. And everything is in there. So I'm going to check everything, make sure everything's nice and tight, and then I'm going to tip this thing back over and see if I can get this thing to drive. Alright guys, all fixed. The thing went forwards and backwards pretty good. Just need to throw this mower deck back on to finalize things, but I think the problem is solved.